In a quiet town, nestled between hills and farmland, lived a young woman named Adaura, kind-hearted, humble, and deeply in love with her husband, Desmond. She believed her life was blessed when she gave birth to not one, but two beautiful girls, Chiamaka and Chidinma. Adaura saw her daughters as gifts, but Desmond's face turned to stone the moment he heard they were boys. He wanted sons. He demanded sons. According to his twisted belief, daughters were burdens, not blessings. Within weeks of their birth, he accused Adaura of being cursed, of not fulfilling her duty as a wife. He ignored the cries of the infant, spat cruel words, and one rainy evening tossed them all out with nothing but a bag of clothes and Adaura's trembling arms to carry her newborns. Homeless and broken, Adaura found herself sleeping under abandoned market stalls and old church porches, clinging to her babies for warmth. She begged, she pleaded. When no help came, she rolled up her sleeves and did what women had the courage to do. She humbled herself and took up any job she could find. She washed clothes in rich people's homes. She swept school compounds before the sun rose. She hugged akara at dawn and roasted corn at dusk. She did all with grace, never allowing her daughters to see the depths of her suffering. Despite the poverty, she poured love into Chiamaka and Chidinma, teaching them to be kind, to be content, and to never lose their dignity. But hardship wears even the strongest down. Adaura's health began to fail. The long walks, the exposure, the poor diet, her body couldn't take it anymore. One morning, she didn't get up. The girls, barely 13 and 11, found her cold, her arms still wrapped around them as though she was trying to keep them safe even in death. The community buried her quietly. The girls became orphans overnight. Life became harsher. They were passed from one uncaring family to another. Chiamaka, the elder sister, matured quickly. She worked at a roadside restaurant during the day and studied from old donated textbooks at night. Her dream was to become a teacher to honor her mother's sacrifices. But Chidinma had grown tired of suffering. She envied girls her age who wore fine clothes and posted selfies with rich boyfriends. She hated the hard life, and most of all, she hated the idea of being invisible. When a group of older girls introduced her to nightclubs and easy money, she resisted at first, but temptation won. Chiamaka begged her to stop. She cried, pleaded, warned her of the dangers, disease, abuse, shame. But Chidinma wouldn't listen. "I am tired of eating garri every day," she snapped one night. "I want to live. I want to wear good clothes. I want people to look at me and see something more than just pity." Soon, Chidinma stopped coming home. She stayed with other girls in town, dancing in clubs, moving from one man to man. The streets swallowed her whole. One fateful night, dressed in red heels and a glittering gown, she stepped into a sleek black SUV parked by the roadside. The man inside was older, quiet, but rich. She could tell from his wristwatch and the scent of foreign cologne. He didn't talk much. He just asked her name and told her they were heading to a hotel. Inside the dimly lit room, he asked her to undress. As she moved, the man noticed something, a crescent-shaped birthmark on her shoulder. He froze, eyes wide. His hands trembled. "Where are you from?" he asked, suddenly serious. "Why does it matter?" she shrugged. "What was your mother's name?" "Why are you?" she started, but the man grabbed her arm. "Please, what was your mother's name?" he demanded. She pulled away. "Adaura," she said, confused. The man staggered back, collapsing onto the bed. The name pierced his soul like a dagger. He began to weep. "That birthmark, it runs on my family," he said. "I have it. My father had it. My children were supposed to have it." He looked up at her, eyes full of shame. "I am your father." The silence was unbearable. Chidinma's words spun. Her body shook. Her mouth opened, but no words came. The man who abandoned her mother. The man who chose tradition over family. The same man who now sat before her, rich, regretful, and ruined. He opened his wallet and handed her a thick bundle of cash. "Take it," he said. Go and bring your sister to this address." I need to speak with both of you." Still in shock, she left. Chidinma returned to their small crumbling room and found Chiamaka praying on her knees. When she told her everything, her sister sat still, tears pouring down her cheeks. After everything, now he wants to talk. The next day, they went to the mansion. The gates opened. They stepped into luxury. Sofa sets they had only seen in magazines, chandeliers that sparkled like diamonds. Desmond came out. Hold her now, humbled, and fell on his knees. "Forgive me," he cried. "I was a fool. I threw away the only people who ever truly loved me." He told them how he remarried and lost everything. His wife left, his business collapsed, his house nearly taken. That night in the hotel, he was seeking comfort from a stranger. He never imagined it would be his own child. "I don't expect you to love me," he said. "I just want a chance to make things right." But the girls looked at each other. "No," Chiamaka said, quietly but firmly. "You don't get to choose when to be a father." They turned around and left, walking back into their world, not of riches, but of dignity, love, and sisterhood. The moral of this story is that you can abandon your responsibilities, but you can't escape the consequences. Love is not something to be discarded in the name of pride, and sometimes the apology comes too late.